Alright, what's up everybody? Sorry if you were watching the first round of this stream. Took a few minutes to get going, a little bit of a time difference here with Aviator. I think he's on vacation, so very glad we're actually getting this time for this figured out, but also kind of sad because I think Aviator is going to be a very difficult matchup. So we're playing FFG Archon, which basically means you had to play an Archon deck from the FFG era. And I really don't have anything Archon level for that, but since I'm also our feature match for this week, I was given Justin Puzola Il Pasante. And I'm trying to remember, I believe this is at least Vault Tour top 8 deck. I'm trying to remember. I think this pod was maybe used for an Alliance win. Trying to remember. I've seen this deck plenty before. It's not the easiest deck to play. It's been interesting in testing. I haven't gotten to test it probably as much as I should, so I'm probably going to show a lot of not ideal play with this. I'm going to do my best, but could be tough. Obviously don't know what Aviator's bringing yet. Waiting to see. It's possible this game link has been open for a bit, so it's possible it's not going to work. But this deck is fairly control-y, but I think also has some surprising bursts with the Untamed. I believe the way that I think you're supposed to play it is you kind of play out your Logos and Dis a lot and try to archive your Untamed and then just have one big turn where you play most of your Untamed in one turn, especially since you have the Punk as well. But how you play this deck probably changes a lot depending on what he brings. We do not have hard artifact control, and Aviator is one who is known to dabble in the Heart of the Forest decks. So could see that. This deck can, I think, win against those, or at least create sort of a stalemate position. We did put time limits on this just in case also, but got back to me, but I've not heard from him again here. Might be finding his deck. Other things going on with this deck. So you've got the Song of the Wild and just the one Ghost Hawk. But I think it is possible to like Ghost Hawk, Lost in the Woods, the Ghost Hawk, and then play it again after you punk or something like that. It has the Key Frog, but doesn't have a way to kill the Key Frog in Untamed really, which is kind of tough. And we were actually talking amongst our team that a lot of our mass mutations seem to have that issue. There's a lot of really cool decks that kind of just were missing a key piece to be able to really combo off. But that's why you also have the triple Infernus and stuff. I wonder if I could do something sneaky with Soulkeeper. It'd be tough. It's tough for Keyfrog to be your biggest creature. Also got things like the double Pismire, you got the Fandangle, Cephaloid, so like lots of strong creatures in here if you can get them to survive. I think that's kind of the trick with this deck in general is if they bring a lot of creature control, then your Amber generation is very, very limited. have to make a new game, I think. Oh, we got him now. There we go. All right, we are ready to go against AV8R, who is bringing also a mass mutation check, Yapo. Okay. So it has the Legacy Poltergeist, Double Whale, Gateway, Mark of Dis, only the one in Furnace. I think this is actually a decent matchup for us. I'm very glad not seeing Heart. I mean, this logo start seems pretty solid. But what do we play turn 1? Maybe it's just Drekker. Because we don't want to play this yet. We want to get this stuff down on the same turn. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and drop Drekker for now. And drop this next, do some archiving of our Untamed. I guess we don't archive this one just in case we still do Untamed. Having this down, being able to play Ghost Talk would be pretty nice. So let's see. I mean, it's still definitely scary stuff. The Mark of Dis is something... I don't know how much we can play around that. Discombobulator is not a big deal. We're not really stealing. Okay, they play Entropic Swirl. There's a sloppy One Last Job, Borrow. I don't think we really care too much about the Borrow, right? I mean, like, not at all. Fission Bloom. We can't give him the Fission Bloom, so we do need to discard that. So we just go Logos here. We get to... Ooh. Unfortunate. We have to play Chronos first, but that's not ideal of what we want to play next to Drekker. But because we have the draw pips the way we have them, I think we just have to do it this way. The Discombobulator on there. At least that's a little bit tricky for them to get rid of. I see the Grim Reminder already is rough. We maybe should have slowed down our archiving and instead archived these two instead of the Untamed. I'm probably going to get so much flack for how I play this deck. But like, this was also not... I was playing during this era. I've been playing since the game came out. I was not playing Archon during this era, hardly at all, especially when like the mass mutation stuff was good. Like I just didn't have anything that can compete at this level, so I just didn't compete at this level. So these kind of decks, I just don't have quite as much familiarity. Okay, so there's the Implosion to get rid of the Daughter. Mindfire discards the Key Frog. Oh, and the Infernus on the Key Frog. That is unfortunate. Okay. Don't get any more archives here. This turn doesn't feel great. And neither does the Lost in the Woods. I don't think I can just play this, though. Let's just keep dropping the logos board here. They don't have a way to shuffle their furnace. It's unlikely we get marked here after. Well, it was a big dis turn. But they did pull their archives for that, so. That's okay. I don't think Keyfrog is the winning card for us in this match. The Discombobulator, however, is pretty good for us against the Shadows. I mean, one last job. Ransack. Look over there. Rad Penny, yeah. Would have been nice to have. Yeah, they get the easy kill on the Brabble there. Group Think Tank comes down. We must kill that, I believe. Discards EP. Can I just archive logos here? Does not seem amazing. Doesn't seem awful though, actually. I think we have to kill this, otherwise our board goes downhill fast. Not taking the archives. We're gonna go ahead and blow up the Titan Engineer, kill that. We'll chain reaction this for fun. I'll go ahead and do this for logos. We got another, so we can still archive a lot. We do have to pull some, it's not ideal. And the question will probably be, do we stop the key this turn or pull the archives? But no Infernus yet. A little rough. Otherwise, I don't think we're in too bad of a spot. Oof! Speaking of such mercies as you can get about discarding 3 Shadows cards to your Ransack. That is brutal. So now I think we actually go Untamed just to tax this key. Is it worth it? Maybe we just give up this key. We don't deal with these thieves though if we don't go Untamed because our Logos doesn't have amber or creature control in it. Yeah, I think we need to do this. Shuffle this in. I think we do Kyo and Xeno. He just played one last job, so we don't have to worry about this as much anymore. And then we'll go ahead and get that down. Get rid of that. So we tax for 8. We get a nice big Logos turn next, but yeah, just really hurting. I think creature control is where I have to figure out what to do with this deck for creature control. And part of it probably involves having a board advantage, which I do not have at the moment. It's not terrible, especially if he's going Logos here. Entropic is gone. Standardize kills the Pismire, but not the Trimble. Discards the Standardize. All right. Gets down Zenzi. Do we just kill the Zenzi here versus doing the Logos turn? It's got the Discombobulator on it. Nah, let's make him deal with our Logos now. Good chance we have to mix the archives here, but we'll start archiving this. See what all we find. so we get a bunch of dis. That's pretty handy. This guy, and then we'll go ahead and throw that in there for good measure. Okay, so pretty confident we can stop the next key. Standardize is gone, but we do have gateway still coming, so could be mark into gateway here, which our logos follow-up to that isn't terrible. Untamed follow-up is also not terrible. I mean, he kills this if he gateways here. Yeah. I think we're fine with that. No mark here is huge, huge for us. All right, so let's see what kind of Infernus targets we can find here. We do have all three. No Stirring Grave. So 1, 2. I think we kill a lot of creature control here. Could do one more Logos turn though. What else do we have? Just the Bonesaw. Bonesaw wouldn't be bad. How likely is he to shuffle? We haven't seen Lethalogica yet, right? So he's on chains. Yeah, let's go Logos here. Can't get marked into this, so that's fine. Can't use their creatures this turn. Found our Bonesaw, so we get more value next turn. Might just kill this thing because we only have one amber right now. I guess we'd have more if we implode. Still no punk. Is a little unfortunate. I think they're in kind of an awkward spot at this point. Hopefully. Have to look over there themselves to steal our one amber. Oh, Darkwave kills our daughter. And the Brabble, though. We'll take that. Look over there to steal. And the Xeno Thief. All right. Now we're in business, I think. Let's go this here. Say yes. We get 2 Soulkeeper Skippy. Implode Skippy. Killing that. Bonesaw comes down ready. We Mindfire for a daughter. Infernus. Okay. I think we should hit some amber here. Not worried about Poltergeist. I think we have to hit Gateway. Let's go ahead and hit the Infernus. Second. Let's get... Again, we don't really care too much about the Discombobulator. Dark Wave. I think it's one last job. That's it. Okay, and then we'll do Dark Wave and Standardized. I guess you would say the problem now is we don't necessarily get to... Yeah, there's the Mark of Dis. Reshuffle into these. String Grave. Could grab like Rad Penny here. Bruno. Groupthink. It's also some creature control. What do you get here? Zenzi maybe? Yeah. That was one of the other options for purging. But we get the check, so we get to ask him a question here. Not seeing our Untamed is not great, but I think we just do our Logos next turn. Here's their logos. This will be, might get check here. Discombobulator and Letho. Yeah. Letho not hitting anything though. Oh, and it's got the capture pip on it. That is unfortunate. I would love not to go logos here. But I think we can give up this key to set up for a bigger untamed turn. I guess we have the draw pip here and we get to reap for a lot. So maybe it is worth stopping here. Try it. This is my inexperience with this deck showing through. Never punished. Sad thing is this will shuffle us through, so we don't get our Infernuses back. But we can Grim Reminder them if they die, or we can just shuffle them back in. So we will Band Angle, Cephaloist, drop, Pendant. I think we just do Infernus and Ghost Hawk here. Okay, so we stop the key. We get rid of the board. It's feeling better. We got our Ghost Hawk back. Got our second Pismire. Can go Disc 2. Don't have our Purge, though. So him not having the mark on the turn that he played the Gateway is probably a huge reason we're still in this game. I got rid of our Pismire. Bummer. Whale to take out the Fandangle is fair. Can't steal because of our Cephaloist. Stirring Grave for old Bruno. Okay, so they can capture. I think it's just Untamed here again. That punk draw was huge. Huge draw for us. Let me see what they discarded. Borrow, Francis, Groupthink, Poltergeist, Bruno, Keo, Swirl, and Snurrat. Okay, fine hits. Okay, have to go Logos here. Discom Daughter. I mean, Song of the Wild Untamed doesn't seem too bad. We could maybe stop the key with Mindfire, but I don't think it's worth it right now. We just push for so much amber here. All right. I think we got it. I think we got game one here. Ooh, did we purge EP? Did not purge EP. So this could be an EP. Oh no. EP is just gone. That was discarded last turn. Played last turn? Discards EP off Sloppy. Interesting. I guess he still had a lot of amber, but Lethos to mill, get Zenzi down, and a Munchling. All right. On to game 2. I think he wants to go first. Get a board down because I just have a harder time dealing with the board. If he gets that established enough, and the possibility of just getting Zenzi. Well, Zenzi turn 1 is also... Ooh, randomized it. Interesting. Okay, I don't think this is a starting hand we want. This is fine. We'll play Logos. Ditches the Poltergeist. Okay, that's pretty good for us to not get anything too scary down on the board. Turn 1. There's a lot of Untamed. I mean, actually, that's really good. I think this is a pretty solid turn, unless our stuff dies here. Even if it doesn't... I think we just lost in the woods the Ghost Hawk. I don't think we really care too much about the Daughter Killer. Yeah, I mean, this Untamed turn is super solid. What do we leave? I think we leave the Demo Thief. Reap. Go ahead and... Do I draw first? I guess I can... There's no reason not to draw first, right? Yeah. Because we just don't have a way to kill the goat key frog, so there's not really a reason to keep it. Or to, like, try to protect it. But fantastic turn for us. That's a really nice pressure. Although, he said, last one, early lead can be a problem. There's a Vandalize. Let's see what we lose here. Gets rid of our Cephaloid. Okay, that is a little rough. Fights off. Trimble. Forgot about the Trimble every time. Could go Dis here, but I think I like just going Logos. We get to do a little bit of archiving. They're not threatening yet. We get to find more Dis. Now we know we have a second archive. Maybe we archive Dis here. Chose poorly. Bummer. Got the second Pismire though, which is good. He's got to spend some energy to kill it. Could get marked here for the key, honestly. But still not seeing any of the Infernuses. Like, I think that's actually probably fine. Very similar to game 1. Oh, man. Dumb neck. I don't know what happened. I think it's because when we moved to our new home, I changed my setup. I swapped things. And now I just have this like permanently tight and sore muscle in my neck. Even though I've tried so hard, like I raised everything up, I tried to make things more ergonomic, and I just am sitting here like this all the time. It's pretty easy, probably from your perspective, to tell why my neck hurts. Okay, so what does he do here? Seen a lot of shadows. I don't think it's necessarily wrong to just reap with the shadows. Again, getting board value against this deck. No, my Song of the Wild. That's unfortunate. Okay, Whale can't kill the Pismire, which is nice. Stirring Grave for nothing. Okay. I should have. Oh, it's elusive. I give him the key if I do the disc turn here, so I don't really want to do that. I think it's just Logos again. Drop these guys. Again, just kind of keep being in a spot for that Ghost Hawk. Oh, come on. This isn't bad. This is a let him have key one angle and just keep working on our setup. Goes Logos. Standardize is actually fine with me right now. We don't lose Chronos to what is it, the Entropic Swirl either, so oh, I forgot about this guy. We don't have a way to kill our own creature in Dis, which is kind of the big problem. Oh, does play the Standardize. Okay. I think we just are fine with that. We get Skirmish here. Because of Trimble. He's not in check either, so I think we're looking pretty good. So we drop Daughter on this side just to keep it safe from... Oh, there's our Implosion. Fantastic. Okay. Keep it safe from the groupthink. We'll Discombobulator it. Drop this guy. We keep Soulkeeper. There's our Punk. So we could just fight it off here, but I think it's just... So if we fight here, he just goes back into Logos and groupthinks. So I think we just fight with one and reap with the other. Just get rid of this Keo. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Very similar draw to game one, except this Punk coming a lot earlier, but all of our dis again being pretty low. Grim Reminder being late is fantastic for us. So I'm feeling okay. Nothing is over yet, but I think this is a decent matchup for us. Oh, Stormstrong, welcome in. Sorry, I am again back in the heavy focus mode. We're on game two. I was able to take game one, playing Loza here. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's the group thing. I was like, I knew that was coming, right? Okay, so here is where we don't stop the key in dis. It's kind of unfortunate. Untamed does, but it's just not nearly as good of a turn as the dis. So I think we just go dis here. Except we don't get to put anything to save us from stealing. So this could be a pretty nasty one last job. Look over there is gone. I think we have to go for it though. Problem is, I want to play this Bonesaw, but I don't know if I should because of Mark of Dis. I think we need to keep ourselves from getting marked here. So we're going to call Dis. We'll go ahead and Pain Reaction. Oh, no, we're probably not stopping the key. Mindfire Discombobulator, which does not steal one because of their Discombobulator. Okay, so we did that in the wrong order. Darn. Oh, we have double implosion, so we actually do get to play the Bonesaw here. We have our Discombobulator, so we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. This is great. Big burst. Got rid of the groupthink, got rid of the Discombobulator, did miss stealing one there. Wouldn't have stopped the key anyways. He has got steal here. There's the Dark Wave. So yeah, still going to get some nice... Oh, doesn't have any creatures for it. Okay. So that means we go back into... Man, all of our Infernuses just sitting in the bottom. We'll go back into Logos here. Keep setting ourselves up for this Untamed turn. It's only got one Mindfire, right? Oh, should not have played the Infomorph. Shoot. That was dumb. Keep wanting to set up for the Ghost Hawk, but then I remember anything bigger than 2 can get marked. Is Infernusing us here. Plenty of good stuff to hit. I think it's got to be Lost in the Woods. Chronos, maybe? Pismire and Chronos, also very fair. Okay, that's unfortunate. But we didn't get marked, which is very fortunate. And he did not purge. We can't cycle back into Lost in the Woods anyway. All we get is the Song in the Wild, which unfortunately we can't play with the Ghost Hawk. So Untamed turn actually is not amazing here. Neither is the Dis or Logos. We'll go Untamed. I think we need to do this, see if we can hit the mark. Reap. Pismire, Fandangle, Attendant. Okay, we get the Rad Penny, but not Mark, but we do get the Gateway. So basically, for sure getting marked next turn. This is still down, so most likely getting marked into Logos. I think we play this to reshuffle. That was actually, it doesn't matter because this has a drop hit. So there's no way we could have gotten Grim Reminder value that there. Whale kills the Fandangle. Snorat fights into Pismire. Yeah, discarding the Gateway was still big, but not getting marked here is also pretty big. Fights off everything big enough to mark. Interesting. Bravel. Does not shuffle through, so... Do get the steal off the implosion. We'll hit opponents for... All right, what do we say? I think it's Gateway. Still have EP coming, which is unfortunate. Gateway standardized. We'll do one last job. Oh no, EP is there. EP. Still have Letho and Zenzi coming too, which is interesting. I think we should just get some Amber here. Don't care about these two. Don't care too much about Vandalize. Dark Wave. Discombobulator doesn't seem amazing. Is it worth it for 2 untamed creatures? Probably. And maybe we just hold this in case we get marked again here, which is very likely. Yeah, since we didn't get it. Can only be marked into this. They're going to be able to kill a couple of our things. Yeah. Right there and furnace into ours. Leave this one alive. Oh, does just kill it. All right. Get a Francis. I think that's fine. Okay. Up a key. Have a board. Mark of this gets shuffled, so can come back. Zenzi's coming up probably this turn. Yeah. And Letho on an empty or a full draw. So it gets the daughter. Let's see if he has another Logos creature to play with. Okay, does just play the daughter because he knows we have no way to kill it. All right, I think it's just Logos here. Discard Fission Bloom. Causal Loop. Skippy. Let's go ahead and put this on Attendant, and we'll just reap. Did not find our other disboard control. But we've got a big untamed turn. No Ghost Talk, though, is sad. I guess Secret Needle makes this. I mean, there's nothing we can do. They're all 1 power. There's no way we can avoid that. Question is if it's worth killing here. No, we get the Song of the Wild, which is not like amazing here, but goes back into Logos. Take that. Gets his Discombobulator down. Okay, drawing so many cards now. Can we do anything about that? Not really. I think we just got to get the Cephalois down so we have some extra anti-steal. Dig for this. Problem is this puts this back in our hand. Get the Fandangle. Found an Implosion. Just one, but he's got so much to deal with now, and his board clear is gone. Can't mark us into anything other than Untamed. But if he marks us into Untamed, also needs to kill the Key Frog, otherwise we can just reap and win. I think we're looking good. We've got plenty of value coming. Not much Amber control, though. Actually, if he does kill enough of our board and bursts, we're in trouble. And he's got a 9-card hand, so very possible. I'm very glad we got rid of the One Last Job now, because this hand is very scary with One Last Job. Goes back into Logos. All right. Has to fight the Fandangle, I think. Yeah. And then what? Cephaloist. Key Frog. Maybe just Key Frog. Discards Brabble. Yeah, fights the Key Frog. We still have the Discombobulator, so might have to fight this here too, but we have the Cephaloist anyways, so not sure if that matters. Okay. So this is a dis turn. We don't get to play the Drekker because now we do have to play around Mark pretty hard. Just to be sure. Double check everything. This gets us in check. Get rid of this and this. and we have cephaloist on the board. I guess we could just, nah. I think we want to get our QMX anyways. Well, no, if we get the Ghost Hawk is gone, right? We're not getting Ghost Hawk. I think we discard this. We implosion our QMX. The Zenzi. Kill there. We did not purge Bruno, so Bruno's probably coming down, but I don't think he's got a way to kill this, so shouldn't be losing anything to steal. No Amber and Logos is one of the tricky pieces of this deck. Okay, goes Dis, so we're gonna get. Oh, it does have Infernus. Yeah, we didn't purge the Infernus. Yeah. Lots of options here. I mean, not a ton of pips actually, but yeah, discombobulated implosion. So I'll have our second implosion ready to go. There's a Snorette. Stirring Grave. What are you grabbing? Can I just fight and win here and not go Logos? If I just go Untamed. Because these are free fights. Oh, I don't get to check if I fight twice. Maybe I only have to fight once. Yeah, so I'm going to get the shadows down. Shadows doesn't kill. Look over there, and Seeker Needle isn't enough to kill Cephaloid, so I don't think they can steal, so all they can do is capture. So if we 1, 2, 3. Gosh, is that greedy? Versus the Logos turn, that probably just gets us really close, especially since they're not in check. But if I don't push to check here, he gets to do whatever he wants instead of having to play shadows. So I think Cephaloid dies in 2 turns. We have to fight here. Just to make sure. I have Skirmish. This doesn't have Elusive from anything. Oh, we get the Lost in the Woods. That should be game. So now we don't even have to fight the Bruno. We can just shuffle it. Yeah. I think they get this down to 3 damage because of Seeker Needle and look over there. Yeah. Goes for the Trimble. Okay. Oh, I don't have 4 Amber. No. Whoops. Hey, didn't I? Oh, I didn't have 4 Amber once, the old Bruno. Yeah. Definitely missed that one. So if we go logos, the problem is we probably get marked if we don't go into untamed. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that is a good one. So still has Rad. Oh no, Rad Penny is gone. Ransack is gone. If we get back to 6 here, and we have to shuffle in Damo Thief. Oh man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Effervescent is purged. Letho has a capture pip on it. Letho is gone. Did not get away to kill Brabble. Didn't get Brabble. Whale. Discombobulator, Ransack. Last job. I think that still was the win. Just because we drew this. Tax for 8, so he's at 3. Can mark us into Untamed, which is really scary, but I don't think Mindfire. Oh shoot, Mindfire. Mindfire's gone. Also, only 1 pip in hand, so unlikely Mindfire quite gets us. Yeah, we shuffled Cephalus because there's no steel left. Needed to keep Pismire, so he's at 5 amber or 3 amber instead of 5 here. Maybe that's wrong. But yeah, that's a 2-0 win. We'll take that. I think this was interesting matchup. I don't think this is the matchup this deck necessarily wants because they're pretty similar. What's it called? The Cronus did way more. I think there was a few times where we played correctly around Mark and other times where we did not. Didn't get to purge it either game. So I wonder how much he holds it to make sure it doesn't get purged. All right. we will report this, and I need to get back to work for a few minutes here. But we'll be back on in an hour and a half with final refrain match of you versus Fabulous Thing. You being Stormstrong. Not sure if anyone else is on here watching this live, but yeah, great games to AV8R. This is a fun matchup. This is fun stuff we haven't really gotten to do in a long time. Playing around Mark of Dis is always an interesting one. But this deck definitely drew better than it did for me in practice. I think we had some pretty good hits there, but I also think it's a close matchup, but I think we're probably just favored in this matchup with the Infernuses. This one's not going to burst fast enough. It really relies on the control. I mean, we didn't get one last job for much either game, or for anything. The Ransack did more. The Ransack stealing 4 game 1 was pretty crazy, but yeah, fun stuff. I wish I had a better mass mutation deck, or just FFG decks in general. But that'll be it for now. We'll see you all in a little bit. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Phlox'em. Take care, everybody.